Today, on the Daily Meditation, we'll be discussing how to get kids meditating. And if you love meditation as much as I do, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We live in a day and age where everyone faces challenges with mental health. As adults, we have our own pressures, and you better believe that kids have pressures too. Indeed, unfortunately, we're living in a day and age when mental health problems amongst kids are at an all-time high. Thankfully, as caring family members or parents or teachers, there's a lot that we can do to help kids to have good mental health. By being compassionate and by leading them towards good mental health, we can help to ensure the health and happiness of kids. And one way to do that is with meditation. Now, as an adult, you probably already know that there are a lot of benefits of meditation. Those 20 minutes when we just sit down and focus on breathing are amazing for our mental health. They promote the parasympathetic nervous system, they balance cortisol and noradrenaline, they relieve anxiety, depression, and stress, and they make you feel really good. And that is true for kids every bit as much as it is true for adults. Kids face all kinds of pressures, whether it's pressure at school, whether it's bullying, whether it's the current unfortunate trend of self-image problems, whatever it is, kids face a lot of challenges. And we, as compassionate people, compassionate family members, or compassionate teachers, we can help kids to enjoy good mental health. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to teach kids to meditate, how to introduce them to meditation, and what they can get out of meditation. So let's be upfront about this. For most kids below the age of a teenager, you're not really going to be able to describe meditation to them in the way that you would describe it to another adult. Normally when we talk about meditation, we talk about things like non-judgmental observation of the present moment. We talk about the parasympathetic nervous system and things like that. And unless your kid happens to be a science prodigy, they're probably not going to understand that, right? So how do you get a kid to understand what meditation is and to understand why it's important to them? So this is my biggest trick when it comes to teaching kids to meditate. As a meditation teacher myself, I've helped many kids to get into meditation, and I always do it with a twist. So for starters, I want you to completely forget the word meditation. I want you to completely forget all those scientific terms that you've heard in relation to meditation. Let's wind it back, because to teach kids, we need to simplify things. So at its simplest form, what is meditation? Now, most methods of meditation, not all, but most methods, are about simply observing the present moment. And we often do that by observing the breath or observing mental phenomena such as thoughts and feelings and things like that. Now, what I would like you to do, what I recommend that you do, is simply encourage kids to start to observe the present moment, to start to observe their thoughts and feelings. One of the easiest ways to do that is just to start talking to them, to have open communication with your kids about your thoughts and the nature of your thoughts and the nature of your emotions. For instance, let's say that you happen to be with your kid, or with a kid if you're a teacher, and you start to feel stressed. Now, there's no reason that you can't use your experience of being stressed as a way to educate kids. All you have to do is to describe what that experience of stress is. So, for instance, instead of saying to you as an adult, I'm feeling stressed, and you obviously immediately understand what it feels like, when it comes to teaching a kid, you're going to want to describe things as they are in the here and now. For instance, oh, I feel this tension in my chest. It's like a weight, a heaviness. Describing emotions as how they feel and as how you perceive them. When you do that, when you say to your kids, I'm feeling this experience of like a tension, like a weight in my chest, your kid's going to start to understand, oh, okay, this is a feeling, and this feeling has associated properties. It has a weight to it. It has a position, like I'm feeling tense in my chest. And when you do that, you're going to encourage your kids to start to be more aware of what their own emotions feel like in their body. In other words, you're going to naturally encourage your kids just to be curious and to just kind of observe what different emotions, what different thoughts feel like. So just to reiterate this point, when you're talking to a kid, there's no reason that you can't be open about your emotions with them, because by you being open about your emotions, you're going to help your kids to realize that, oh, okay, having these different emotions, having these different kind of feelings, having these different thoughts is a natural thing. And then by describing to your kids what that feels like what does stress feel like? Oh, I feel a weight in my chest. Or I feel a busyness in my mind. You're going to get your kids to observe how they're feeling themselves. Now, in order to help you to do this, I've created a little bit of a kind of meditation exercise for kids. Kind of a fun little game, almost, that I personally do with kids whom I've taught to meditate. Now, this game, this activity is called Look Within. So here is how you can do this meditation exercise with your kids. So for starters, all you're going to do is say to your kid, hey, I've got this fun little game, little activity that we can do. You're not going to say, oh, we should meditate for 10 minutes because it's going to help us to relax now. No, that's not going to go down well. You're just going to say, I've got this fun little activity, this fun little game that we can do together. It's called Look Within, or Look In. And then all you're going to do is close your eyes and invite your kids to close their eyes too. Now, all you're going to do, really simple, because again, this is for kids, just really, really simple. You're just going to start to describe what you're experiencing inside yourself. And you're going to describe that to your kid. So, for instance, if I close my eyes now, and I describe literally how I'm feeling right now, I can say, well, I've got this kind of buzzing around my kind of stomach region, probably because I just had a coffee. And I've got this ever so slight tension sort of around here. But then elsewhere, there's kind of this calm, empty space. So do you see what I'm doing? I'm just describing what's happening inside me. Now, when you do that, your kids are naturally going to think, well, okay, that's interesting. Well, I wonder what's happening inside me. And so, just by saying that, just describing what's happening inside yourself, you're going to encourage your kids to start to observe what's happening inside of themselves. And then ask them to describe it. So then your kid will be like, oh, well, actually, I'm feeling this kind of, whatever they're feeling. Like I'm feeling this state of openness and relaxation or whatever. They're going to describe it. And that's really the key. The key is to just get them to describe the present moment experience that they're feeling, whatever it is. Just get them to describe what is happening with it. Now you can lead that into a kind of breathing meditation. And all you do, again, just playfully describe what's happening with them. You and your kids both have your eyes closed. So all you're going to say is, oh, I can feel this kind of buzzing sensation around my nose here of when my breath goes in through my nose. Can you feel that? And then they're going to say, oh, can I feel that? And they're going to pay attention to their breath going in their nose, right? Which is part of meditation. So they're going to say something like, oh yeah, there's this kind of buzzing sensation. And then you can lead them through it. So you can say, I wonder where that sensation leads to. It seems to go up a bit, doesn't it? Like into the nostrils. And then they'll be like, yeah, it's like going up here. And then you can say, well, where does it go from there? Oh, I feel it going through my face and down into my tummy. Oh, you feel it in your tummy? You feel like what is that like? Like, you feel the breath moving in your tummy? Yeah, it's like a balloon that's kind of expanding and then relaxing. I can feel this balloon in my stomach going big and then going small, and going big and then going small, right? So you're getting them playfully to just observe the breath, which is meditation. You're getting them to observe the breath and describe it to you. Now there's one extra thing that you can do here, which I like to call mirror. So say to your kids, let's play mirror. What's mirror, Daddy? I'll tell you what mirror is. This is my fun little idea. So I'm gonna like see something inside me, and then I want you to see that, to try and see that inside you. Okay, sounds kind of weird, Daddy, but okay. So, and then you're going to choose a relaxing scene, something relaxing, because you're going to get your kids to visualize a relaxing scene, which is the entire point of this. So you're going to say, oh, I can see this tree in grass, and the grass is bright green. Can you see that bright green grass? Oh yeah, I can see the bright green grass, Daddy. Is there anything in the grass? There's this little bunny that's kind of jumping around and fluffy. So all you're doing is playfully describing a visualization of something relaxing. And you're making it an activity by getting your kids to see the same thing inside them. And then you're just describing this relaxing scene. Oh, there's a tree, and it's a tall trunk, and it's dark brown. Can you see the tree? Yeah, and it reaches way up, Daddy, and then there's all these green leaves. And what's above the tree? Oh, there's a bright blue sky. Can you see what I'm doing? So I'm just creating a relaxing visualization in my mind, making it a game by asking them to mirror it. And then together, yourself and your kid, you're just describing this relaxing scene. So those are my 2 tips for teaching kids to meditate at a young age. If your kids are teenagers, honestly, you can probably just describe breathing meditation to them. They're going to get it. But if they're younger than that, just make it a game. Remember what meditation is about. It's about just observing things, right? Just observing things for what they are. So, observe yourself. Describe the present moment reality of what's going on inside yourself, because that will encourage your kids to do the same, to observe their inner reality, and then get them to describe that to you. And then play that little game mirror, where all you're doing is choosing a relaxing scene and saying, hey, I'm going to create this scene in my mind. You see if you can follow me. And then choose a relaxing scene. Start to describe it. And then you can get your kids to kind of fill in the details, you know. So if you're like, oh, I see a beach and there's a wave flowing back and forth. Can you see the wave flowing back and forth? Yeah, Daddy, and there's like a little dolphin playing around over here. Oh, yeah, I see the dolphin. Right? You're playfully getting them to create a relaxing visualization. Notice that nowhere in those activities did I really say meditation, or did I describe meditation in kind of the formal way that you and I would describe it. It's just about a game that is getting kids to mindfully observe the present moment and to describe it, and that's all it is. You know, forget meditation. When it comes to kids, forget the word meditation. You get them meditating, but you get them meditating without saying the word meditation, just by observing and describing. And that is how I, as a private meditation teacher, get kids to meditate. Whew. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like to get more out of meditation, you may book a private meditation lesson with me, and you can even book a lesson with yourself and with your kid, or kids, depending on how many kids you have, on thedailymeditation.com. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe.